Hey everybody, so it's Thursday. You know what that means? It's Q&A day. So leave your questions in the comment section below and I will answer as many of them as possible next week. I've got a ton to do this week, so I'm going to blast through them as quick as possible. So let's start with Kirby Puckett. He asked, would you consider getting a bigger van and loading your motorcycle in with you so you can ride? Yes, absolutely. That's the long-term goal. I'll probably end up with a Dodge ProMaster and build a garage inside of it for the to slide the motorcycle into, and maybe like a ramp that comes out and like a fold-down door on the side so I can ease it in, and vented to the outside so I don't have to worry about gas fumes or anything, or moisture if I ride when it's wet. Like vented on the bottom for water to fall through. So yes, eventually, definitely. Van Mr. 94 asks, you are a musician, what instruments do you play and how long have you been playing? What do your family and friends think about your living in a van? Family and friends either think it's cool or I'm crazy. As far as the instruments, guitar, bass, sing, cello, Native American flute, there's probably some other ones in there. I kind of play drums. I play around on drums, and I play around with piano. I can make piano sound good. I'm the kind of person that can kind of pick up an instrument and make it sound, I can express myself through it and have it pleasant enough to listen to, but I'm not a virtuoso or anything. I'm not a very disciplined musician. I just use it to express myself. Yeah. So Nicholas Murray asks, what is the meaning behind your channel's name, especially the 13? Okay, so into the mystery means into the unknown, heading out of the life that I had always known and the person I had always known myself to be, and heading into places I don't know anything about, and going on a personal journey where I don't know the person I'm going to become because of this journey I'm taking. And the 13 is because I left on Friday the 13th when I first started on the motorcycle trip, and I actually got this tattoo, the bird cage with the door open and no bird in it, above the barcode, which was old, to kind of symbolize, living my own life despite society's expectations of me living the life that I want to live that makes me feel fulfilled. So there's that. This person, I forgot to add your screen name, I'm so sorry about that, but you asked, do you ever have problems with moisture in the van? Also, do you have a water purifying system so that if shit hits the fan, you can get water out of streams, etc.? Thanks, great channel. Thank you very much. Never had a moisture problem in the van. I sealed it up really well, so water never gets in. I did have a problem with these window vent things. They were leaking, but I just put some clear sealant around the outside. Otherwise, I just air it out when it's not raining as much as possible, and I make sure to leave windows open at night, at least a crack. And I do have a water purification system for emergencies, and one that's cleanable and rebuildable. Dan Travels asks, I've done a few cemetery vids. I like the unusual headstones at the older cemeteries. Me too, dude, seriously. My question for your next Q&A is, you talk about suffering and non-ownership of your girl. Those are some pretty advanced spiritual views. What are your spiritual goals for the future? Wow, what a question. To finish healing the wounds of the past, to learn the lessons that they contain, to face myself and embrace myself in its entirety, and to fill myself with unconditional love, and to spread that throughout the world as much as possible. Scanned Sound 2. Wow, your name is hard to say. Do you ever get lonely? Do you sometimes wish that you lived in an apartment with a stable job and all the safety that has? I haven't felt lonely since I learned to love myself. I think that I'm much safer in this situation than having an apartment, because if I were to have an apartment, I would have to work all the time, first of all, and anything could happen. I could get in a car accident and not be able to work. I could get fired for something that wasn't my fault. The place could shut down. Someone could blow up my apartment, like with a meth lab or something. An airplane could drop an engine on the apartment. I could lose the apartment. With this situation, at least, if I lose a job, I still own my home. Even I don't have rent to pay. I completely own this thing and everything in it. So I think I'm a little safer in this situation than I would be if I had an apartment. And I don't have to work as much to pay for a place that I only really get to sleep in and don't get to enjoy like I do with this thing. Or travel. Being stuck in one place sucks for me. But that's just me. Some people are not, like, they don't have the wanderlust like I do. Wanderlust. Think Big, which check out that channel. The channel's awesome, by the way. Think Big says, hello, thank you for being open and sharing your life with us. What is your favorite quote and why? As you think, you shall become, by Bruce Lee. It makes clear and short and simple the power that we have to create hell and heaven within our lives using our beliefs. It states that we can become anything we want to based on who we think we are, because who we think we are is who we are. Like our self is just a construct of beliefs. The person who I think I represent is just a collection of beliefs. Without that, I'm just pure awareness of the present moment. So what Bruce Lee is saying so concisely and elegantly is that this power we have to choose our beliefs and how we choose to think about what things mean and who we are is the ultimate power to create anything, and that we can become anything we want by choosing our beliefs and choosing what things mean, both internally and externally, with said beliefs. So there's that one. McLean718 says, I call a little bit of BS. If she emailed you tonight and said we will never talk again, you would not be hurt and there would be no pain. He's referring to my Australian, the woman that I love. I'm assuming when I said that if things didn't work out, life would go on, I wouldn't suffer, something of that nature. And I stand by that. I would feel pain. Yeah, absolutely, that would hurt. But would I let it destroy the person that I've built myself to be, that I've gone through hell and back to become? No, absolutely not. Would I hold on to that pain and would I suffer and would I let it tear away the dreams that I have that I'm working every day to create? Absolutely not. I would feel the pain, I would embrace the pain, I would listen to what it's telling me, I would learn from it, and I would let it go. Tom N76 says, great vid, I'm thinking of getting into this lifestyle. I was telling my friend about different options. Then I find out that white vans are considered creepy. Then on Urban Dictionary, both white van and pedophile van are described as old white vans. I had no idea. I'll be getting something with color. Do you regret the white van color? I'm going to respond to the question of do I regret the white van color, because I don't want to come across as if I'm telling you what to think or what to believe or what to feel or anything like that. That's on you. That's your responsibility, not mine. But do I regret getting a white van? Absolutely not. For one, it doesn't absorb heat like a darker colored van would or any other color. It's the best color for parking in the sun, which I do a lot because I have to charge my solar panel and sometimes there's no shade available. And two, it blends in. There's white vans all over the place. And three, just in defiance of this, I'm proving the stereotype wrong. And this stereotype is totally BS, man. Like, I refuse to let a bunch of people's misconceptions and bullshit, like, take away my freedom. Like, just because a bunch of people think that people that have white vans are pedophiles, like, is that gonna stop me from having a white van? Fuck no. I tried to stop swearing on this channel, but sometimes it fits. Fuck no. So, there's that one. Where's the next one? Okay. Zach's Aussie Escape says, thanks for answering my questions. Another cool video. Thank you, sir. Also, have you ever been or wanted to go to Wyoming? It's like the #1 place to go to fly over and road trip in the States. Yes, I've been twice. The first time I went was on my motorcycle trip, and it was absolutely incredible. It was one of the most beautiful places I've been. And the second time was on this van trip, and I've actually got a video of it. It's one of my first videos, and it's funny to watch. I was watching it the other night because it shows how much I've grown, not only as a person, but as a filmmaker. It's just awesome. But yes, go to Wyoming. Absolutely. It's incredible. It's a different world, man. It's like being on Mars or something. It's so cool. Oh, this is so hard for me to figure out where I am. Okay, so Robert Phillips asks, with all your interest in reptiles, I have to ask, have you ever been attacked by one? Have I been attacked? No. Have I been bitten? Hell yes. A ton of times, dude. All kinds of snakes. Big ass, like 12-foot pythons, 5-foot monitor lizards, alligators, small alligators. turtles, all kinds of snapping turtles, alligator snapping turtles, everything, man. I've been bitten a lot. Every single time it was because I didn't respect them. They were acting defensively, not aggressively. And I've been thinking about the second video I made of the alligator thing. I got way too close to that guy, and I was being selfish. And I was being selfish because if he would have bit me, I probably would have lost my leg. And the wildlife people who work there, the rangers or whatever, probably would have had to go out and shoot the alligator and kill it because I was an idiot and got way too close to it. I didn't respect him, and that was selfish of me, so I apologize to that alligator. Muffin Stab says, what music do you listen to while driving? Anything that makes me feel something. So pretty much anything except for modern pop, modern hip-hop, and modern country. I listen to everything, man, from death metal to classical, to country, blues, gospel, soul, R&B, everything. I listen to everything. Anything that's got soul and passion, and they're saying something, they have a message, they stand for something, or they're just feeling something that they have to let out. That's what I like, man. I like passionate music, whatever form that takes. I'm not prejudiced. Steve Grierson says, what's your miles per gallon like? It was 15 in the city, 19 on the highway, but I just got my coolant flushed, and now I'm getting like 18 in the city and 22 on the highway. If it's a really straight shot and I'm going 55, I can get 26 on the highway, but as soon as I hit a hill, it goes down to like 22. And there's always the speed has to fluctuate, so the average of the highway is now 22. So that's awesome. Cody Spurgeon says, no disrespect, but Spurgun. Oh, I forgot how to pronounce it. Sorry, man. Please correct me again. I think it's Spurgen. Yeah. But you mentioned you haven't met this girl you're talking to over Facebook in real life, but have you ever considered she might be a catfish? Like I've said, worst case scenario, I'm getting catfished or conned or whatever. Life will go on. It might suck for a couple days. I'll let it go. I'll grow. I'll move on. And then the last one here, sorry this video is so long, is Amtrak Jack 42. Question for next week. Aren't you worried about how you're going to pay back your student loans? As you mentioned before, you were in deferment on a previous video, and now if I remember correctly, wasn't it pretty big? Yeah, it is pretty big. It's about $40,000. Am I worried about it? Hell no. I'm not going to worry about money, man. It's just money in a computer. You know how money's created? Money's created when you go to the bank and take out a loan or you take out a credit card. They create the money on the spot. It's just numbers in a computer, man. It's not even backed up by gold anymore. It hasn't been since 1932. It's just numbers in a computer. Am I going to let that ruin my happiness, destroy my freedom, crush my soul? Hell no. I will pay it back, though, because I signed a paper saying I would, so I'm going to. But I also think that education should be totally free, and I don't think the education that we're getting in the United States is much of an education anyway. But that's that. Thank you guys so much. Leave your questions below. Give me a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't yet. Thank you.